Send me to her, see the world for me. Told her I'm a virgin. She said, "Oh, my lady, let me teach you anything." I told her I'm a Virgo. She sent me to her, see the world for me. Told her I'm a virgin. She said, "Oh, my lady, let me teach you anything." I told her I'm a Virgo.
We are live in here at the Be Fit for Business podcast. Super excited about a lovely guest that we have here today. My girl, my friend, my sisterpreneur, LaQuan from Delish. Yes, I'm so excited. So, first of all, everybody knows I love LaQuan. Everybody always sees LaQuan all over my Instagram. If you haven't, you ain't been following me long enough. But I'm super excited to have you. We have so many amazing things that we have to touch and talk about today because How Delish is kicking the doors down, thriving. Shout out because today is actually your 4th year anniversary.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, queen, yes, queen, yes, queen.
yes, honey. And I know that because LaQuan and I actually started around the same time in business. We were newer to business and we just connected like pretty easily.
Yeah, it was pretty fast. It was
pretty
quick.
fast because we had knew what it had been like. Okay, right.
And those conversations.
Those conversations, I was like, LaQuan. That's why I always talk about, guys, you need your tribe. You have to find your tribe. You have to find people who you relate to when it comes to business because in the long run, listen, if you win, we all win,
That's
right?
true.
So, LaQuan, I have to share my personal story first before we get into her backstory.
Are you
Sorry,
gonna make me
guys.
cry?
I'm not going to make you cry.
Okay.
I hope not, at least. So just a little background how I met LaQuan. We were introduced by a mutual friend. And she at the time she was only selling vegan brownies. Right? It was that's the only thing I tried.
Yeah.
You were only doing vegan brownies.
No. We were doing more stuff, but people were hooked on the brownies.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
people were,
So
like,
I
addicted
had
to the brownies.
only tasted the vegan brownies. And when I tasted the vegan brownie, I was like, well, she's lying because this is absolutely not a vegan brownie. What? A vegan brownie? I was like, this girl knows she put a little butter in this. But I was so impressed on how, like, obviously when you think of vegan things, and even previous to trying your products, I had tried other vegan products, but a little pasty tasting, maybe not as sugary, tasted a little too healthy for my liking. And you already know the first thing I said, like when I started, first I tried the brownie, then we moved over to carrot cake, then we moved over to cobbler, and I'm like, oh, this is dessert for your soul. A black girl had made this.
On our wall.
On the wall. We're going to get to that. Right? So I was super impressed by everything that you were doing. I knew you were newer, but you I just was like, yo, I love this girl. I love everything she's doing. We both had like that passion of just like want to like step out and kick the doors down. So that's one of the reasons why I embrace you so much. So, but that's just my personal story. If you guys want to try all those products, we'll be talking about how you can get them. But LaQuan, just share with us like your backstory, like how Delish Desserts got started. And again, it's not just desserts anyway. It's an experience.
That's right.
Yes, it's an experience. So just let the listeners know like how you got started and how Delish became about.
Okay. So I worked in the construction industry. I had my own company for years, and I decided to take a break because it was overwhelming. During that time, I still had employees working for me, but I took a break. I stepped away, and I was just trying to find out, like, what is this all about?
Okay.
Because what I was doing, it wasn't fulfilling anymore. It was just kind of like something's missing.
Yeah.
I had that discussion with Keith, and I stepped away.
Shout out to Keith, the husband. Hey,
yes,
it's a family affair.
my
Shout out to
A1,
Keith.
my A1. So one day we were having lunch at a local restaurant, and they said that they didn't have desserts anymore. And it wasn't a vegan restaurant. They had vegan options.
Okay.
And Keith was joking around with the waitress like, oh, she makes desserts. And they're like, really? Bring us some samples. And I wasn't in the market to do anything like that because my family will always say, like, you need to cater. You need to do this. I was like, I got time for all that.
Right.
All right, y'all need to slow down. I cook for y'all. That's it, right?
That's it.
And so we took them samples, and they were like, we want to start buying this stuff.
Dope.
So at the time, we didn't have a name for the business, anything. And then we were like, this needs to be official because we're supplying a restaurant. So we started LLC and everything. And the name came about.
Okay.
We're walking to the car and we're like throwing around names, and Keith's like, "Yo, what about How Delish?" Because I'm a foodie. For real. Like,
why food gotta be so good?
so that was one of the things I would say. "Oh my gosh, this is so delish." And so he was like, "What about How Delish?" So that's how the name came about.
Wow, that's cute. I like that. Nice.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of the backstory, but I never knew that part. So that's so dope. I like that. Okay, very cool.
So then that just spiraled into people finding out about us. I did an event in Brooklyn at the Borough Hall, the Eric Adams.
Okay.
He's vegan, so he had an event in Brooklyn to expose people to plant-based food.
Yeah,
so
and to be honest, like around the time that you came out, which was 2017, that's when I met you. Vegan was always a thing, but it started to gain a lot of notoriety.
Yes.
So you came in at a perfect time.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I went to that event, you know, we were just sampling. And I actually sacrificed. I went on my birthday.
Wow.
Because a vendor that I was cool with couldn't go.
Oh.
So he called me and he said, "Hey, you know, they're having this thing in Brooklyn. You want to go and sample your food?" So I was like, it's my birthday, but you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I went out there by myself.
Wow, no team.
Lugged everything set up, and
wow.
people were going crazy. So from there, somebody that had my products there told a person that runs like a big vegan market in Brooklyn.
Nice.
They reached out to me and was like, "Oh, you know, they told us about you. Bring us some samples." Took them samples, and they said that they were treating it like normal. Like, people bring them stuff all the time. They kind of put it to the side, was like, "Man, whatever." And they said that night they had it. They was like, "Wait a second. She needs to be here. She needs to be at the next event."
That's awesome.
And we became like, so the first event we did, she was like, "Oh, I can't really guarantee you're going to be able to do it every month. We'll see." And then we went straight into being like monthly vendors.
Wow,
because
that's
people
amazing.
were so loving it.
Yes,
so much.
I'm telling you. And then like even like fast forward, I remember we did Sisters in Business Expo.
Yes.
And you were like a newer business, and I love that you did have a passion to say, listen, like I really want like the culture to understand like veganism. And I remember that was your passion behind it. I love that because you were like, listen, at the end of the day, we are minority Black women, and we like the vegan life is not popular in our culture, but it is like we have to teach alternatives to healthy life. Obviously, shout out to Beef and Focus, because you know what I'm saying. We have to show like our culture, like yo, you have to eat healthy, or there are other options to eat the things that we desire, but in a healthier manner.
Yeah.
So I remember you killed it at Sisters in Business. I was like sending my daughter over there like, let's go over there, please, before they sell out a carrot cake. I'll tell you guys what my favorite things are a little later. But like, yes, like, so you've always like done that. And I know that you've done tons of events in New York. You were establishing quite a few restaurants, right? About how many restaurants were your desserts featured in?
So at one point we were in 21 restaurants.
Wow. Yeah. How's that going for you now?
Now it's slower because of
a
the
lot
pandemic.
of people and two people come to the actual location.
People come to the actual location, and unfortunately, some business owners don't respect deadlines in my time.
Listen,
they think it's still mom and pop, so they want to get their stuff when they want it. I'm
no. It's a process.
We have a schedule. This is when you're gonna get it.
Yes,
and you know, some
people
don't like schedules.
But listen, it's okay. I'll never forget one time I was actually in a restaurant in Roselle. I think it was Johnny Tequila.
Yes.
And I think I texted you while I was there. I was like, they was like, oh, we have vegan carrot cake. I was like, let me see about this vegan carrot cake. I was like, this Laquan cake. I text you, I was like, Laquan, you and Johnny Tequila? You're like, yeah. I was like, yeah, sit here eating your carrot cake. I know There's no other carrot cake like this that's vegan. I know it's yours. It has to be yours.
Oh, thank you.
So one thing also that I wanted to share, even in your up and coming days, right? I don't want to revert too far back there, but it's just to like kind of give the listeners an idea on where you started and where you are now. You were like a hit even in the Girl Power Pop-Up Shop.
Yes.
Girl Power Pop-Up Shop, for those who have not been following me for that long, but shout out to all my day ones who have been there. Back in 2018, I used to own a juice bar in Union, New Jersey, and Laquan was one of my heavy hitters. I always call all the businesses that first started with me my heavy hitters, and it was 7 of us, all women, Black-owned businesses, and we would set up in my store once a month. Literally, I think the square footage in my juice bar had to be like maybe 450 to 650 feet.
We've been in there. It was fine.
But we used to have over 100 people come out to our pop-up shops every single month. Like sometimes it'll be lines out the door. Our pre-order system, it was like super crazy. Laquan outgrew that space because she was out here being a celeb. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad. I was like, go ahead, do your thing, girl. But I was so happy to see the growth because you had did Vegan Fest, which is one place was in the Meadowlands, right? You did the Meadowlands.
Yeah, we did the Meadowlands. We did Vegan Dell and on Randall's Island. They had 20 to 30,000 people.
Oh my God!
Yes, we did some events, and it was funny because when I actually went to Vegan Dell in 2017, we went just to eat. And one of my friends hit me up like, "You not a vendor?" I was like, "Girl, please, nobody got all the capacity for this." Yeah. The next year we did it.
Yeah, because you have a growing team. One thing I love about How Delish, and we'll talk about that because you ended up after being featured so many different places, you took a great leap of faith and you opened your own location.
Yes, huge leap.
Huge leap.
Skydive.
But I was that person that always used to like, just do it, go for it, jump. But yes, like you took a huge leap of faith and you actually opened your own store location, which was super dope. Guys, if you are looking for Laquan, please follow the screens that are listed on our screen so that you can follow her on Instagram, follow her on Facebook, check out the website so that you can order at any time. No problem. And I remember like even when what was I saying? So like even when you had the web, when you opened up the location, you opened up in a pandemic.
Yes, that was super scary too.
You were scared, but it was worth it.
It was because our main source of income, which was the Vegan Fest, the markets were eliminated.
Yes.
It was like just gone. In the snap of a finger, everything was just flat.
But a pivot.
Yes,
that's Deb. Shout out to Deb because Deb always uses that phrase, pivoting.
Yes, we did.
And if 2020 didn't teach us anything, you better have pivot.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to pivot. You have to figure out something else. And that ended up being a huge blessing for you.
Yes, it was. I'm so thankful for Keith for pushing me to do that.
Because
I was
Keith.
like, I don't think so. He was like, listen, what's the next step?
Yeah, seriously, because what you're gonna do, either you're gonna mold or fold, right?
Yeah.
Like you, in that case, like your product was way too on demand and way too dope to like have anybody just like let it go by the wayside. So that's super dope. And when did the location open up?
May 1st of 2020.
Nice, yeah, and it's such a great location.
Thank you.
It's such a great location. I was just a little note which made me super proud every time I walk into How Delish. I remember when Laquan had secretly shared with me that she would be opening up her location. She said, Amber, I want to share something with you. I said, yeah, what's up? She was like, I remember when you first like tried our desserts and you were like, you left this review and you were like, it was desserts with soul. And guess what, guys? When you walk into How Delish, that tagline is against her wall in LED lighting. So I'm always honored by that. I appreciate that you even took that, coined it, you know what I'm saying, and made it a thing.
And that's the thing I think people get it too, because people have had stuff without
pasty.
And they get it. They're like, oh, okay. I see where you're coming from. So yeah.
And I'm gonna be real, guys. Just from my personal experience, the moisture in the desserts. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. Laquan, tell us about some of your top flavors and the top items that you sell within How Delish that are your popular ones. And guess what, guys? We got some samples. Woo! So sorry you couldn't be here, but I'm definitely gonna eat in your face so you can understand what's going on here.
It's motivation. Yes,
just come to the shop. That's
motivation.
it. So tell us about some of your hot items.
Okay, so banana pudding cheesecake,
No,
which you have
one
here
of my
today.
Oh.
The carrot cake, definitely.
Yes, love
tiramisu.
Mm-hmm.
And now
tiramisu. No. We can't just slide past tiramisu like that. The tiramisu is like a heavy hitter. Mm-hmm. No, for real.
Yeah.
Like people be like, listen, they'll slap your mama for this tiramisu.
Yeah,
that cup. Let somebody come in and not have that tiramisu. I remember in the pop-up shop, like, you got tiramisu? They're like, no, she sold out. You're supposed to pre-order. I was like, but you can come back like next time. No, that's a really hot item. So, and that's super dope. Again, a vegan option. When you think of tiramisu, you think of like the heaviness of the cake.
Yes.
That obviously that coffee flavor, but I don't know, y'all. Y'all just gotta try it. I don't know.
So we brought today the tiramisu ice cream cup. So what I did was we took tiramisu chunks, put it inside of some vanilla ice cream, and
I'm special. I'm better. Sorry, guys. Okay, so for you guys that are watching, oh, look at it. Ooh, sorry. Ice cream and tiramisu. Yes. Jesus. Oh. Yes, God. So y'all see that? You gotta dig a little deep in the cup so you can get all of the. Jesus Christ. Lord, yes.
And then the other thing that became
how much is this item at the store, Laquan?
The tiramisu ice cream cup is $6.95.
Oh, that's yummy.
Yeah,
it's super good.
So you get the best of both worlds: some ice cream and some tiramisu.
Ice cream cake, y'all. And what okay, so we have to talk about your ice cream cake really quick. Sorry, guys, as I'm trying this. Laquan makes amazing ice cream cake. One thing that I love about ice cream cake is when it's actually cake and ice cream.
Me too.
Baskin Robbins was like the first place that I've ever experienced that.
Really?
And Cold Stone.
Cold Stone was the first place for me.
And Cold Stone, because like people typically we think of Carvel and it's just all ice cream, but it's like layered. No. I love it when it got some real cake.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too. And Kadir inspired that.
Oh, go shout out to the young CEO. I love you. That's my boy. Shout out to the young CEO. Oh. Okay.
So one year he said, I want a Cold Stone ice cream cake for my birthday, and I was like, we're not doing Cold Stone because we don't want to do dairy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So that inspired me to just try to make.
And make your own.
And I made my own, and people that had it at his party was like, "Whoa, this is good."
Because it's real cake. Sorry, guys. You guys got to go to the shop so you can check it out. So today, really quick, guys, before I let you go, I'm trying right now one of my favorite things from the shop, rum cake. Child.
And that became a super favorite. So I was like, I have to put this on the menu permanently.
It's real rum. It's very rummy.
It's
but it's very rummy and yummy. I don't like black rum cake. I love yellow rum cake. This gives me the vibe of, like when you go away, like, and you go on like cruises or out the country, and I forgot the name of the cake. It's like in a gold box.
I know what you're talking about.
It's that times 10. Sorry, guys. And again, it's all vegan. And then we have, let's see.
Oh, that's the banana pudding.
This is the banana pudding cake. Again, this is why I like this. It's banana pudding cake. We have a pudding layer, and then it's banana pudding, and then it's actual cake. So I love the layers, and I love that you actually do that. One of my favorites, guys. I'm so sorry that y'all can't be here to taste this with me, but I'm just gonna tell y'all. Lord Jesus, it's the essence for me.
Yeah, and so I can't forget we have sandwiches.
Oh yes. Before we go, yes.
So our deli sandwiches, we started that. I would say maybe about a month or so into opening a store. We wanted to make sure we had desserts on rack before we started making
but
deli
the best
sandwiches.
of both worlds, yeah.
Yeah, so we have deli sandwiches, soup, salad, and ice cream. We make our own ice cream.
Nice.
And just recently we started the Soul Days.
Yes. So really quick, As far as like the sandwiches, my personal favorite and recommendation is the pastrami and cheese. Y'all, when I tell you it tastes like it's straight from the bodega, get that pastrami cheese with mustard. I don't know if you like the works or not. I don't personally do the works, but that child, bye. Amazing. Love the macaroni salad, which is like a nice little additive to it. And what else you said that you have? You do paninis now.
Yeah, we do panini. I almost forgot about paninis.
Recently did Soul Day. Soul Day is when the vegan food is soul food.
Yes.
Listen, like I said, guys, follow How Delish. Please look at the screens. Follow How Delish on Instagram and Facebook so you guys can keep up with all the amazing things that you have. Look, I'm super, super proud of you just to see your journey in these 4 years.
For you. This is amazing.
Thank you so
happy to be here.
Thank you. And just to see all of your growth in 4 years. Obviously, we have a love and mutual respect for one another. I love the growth. Keep kicking the doors down. I'm sorry, ain't nobody like How Delish. That's it, y'all.
Thank you.